Hello and welcome to Watkins Wildlife, and today I'm going to be talking about iguanas. This is my iguana Blue, and I'm going to be talking about 7 things that make an iguana good and will make an iguana bad. Now before we get started, I do want to say thank you so much for my recent subscribers. I'm now at 200 subscribers, which tells me I'm doing pretty well. And if you like lizards or snakes or really any mammal or animal, please subscribe. Now let's get on with the video. So, the first reason why iguanas can make bad pets is that they get huge, 5 to 7 feet. That is ridiculously long, and it's just ridiculous for a lot of pets to have. And now that moves on to the second reason why they can make bad pets, is that their enclosure is humongous as well. Their enclosure, you're going to need to have it 8 feet long and 8 feet tall, and just 8 feet all over. It's going to be a huge room, basically. And because of that, they can be pretty hard to handle with all that, maintaining the enclosure, etc., with their humidity, really everything. And so it could just be a real hassle. And that moves on to the third thing, which is that they are expensive. Now the lizard itself, you can get them for 20 bucks. Really simple, really easy. But then after that, their enclosure might cost thousands of dollars. If you keep it indoors, you're gonna have to build your own enclosure, and you're going to have to either build the enclosure out of wood or screen or glass if you're indoors. And then on top of that, if you don't want to build an enclosure and you're too lazy or just in general you don't feel like it, which I can totally understand, then you're going to order online, which is once again going to cost even more thousands of dollars. And it's all just for a 20-buck lizard, which is a cool lizard though. But still, and then outside, you can keep them outside if you have the same temperature and the same environment for them. And it might be a little bit cheaper because you can get screens and all that, but still, it really is a hassle. Now, I know a iguana breeder that I can always give him my iguana if anything happens, or if he's getting too much for me to handle. But you know, I'm pretty sure I can handle him, but just in case, I have somebody to give, because I've already thought ahead of that. And now, that brings me to the next couple of things. The fourth thing that makes them a bad pet is that they are dangerous. Once again, because of their huge size, means they can pack a massive punch. Their bite can probably chop a finger off, which is incredible. And they have really sharp teeth because even though they're going to be eating lettuce, they're ripping the leaves out in the wild. So it's still going to be pretty sharp teeth. On top of that, they have very sharp nails as well for climbing trees. And that can be difficult to hold them. And just in general, they will be scratching you up constantly. And then if you ever get in a fight with them or just they get mean, you're going to get scratched up and bleeding, and oh, it'd be horrible. And then the last thing that makes them dangerous is, of course, their tail. They use it a lot to whip, and it can be a pretty painful whip too. So just be careful of that. Now, all of those things said, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that make some great pets, because they can be really good pets. It just takes a lot of commitment. So let's get to it. All right, so the first thing that makes them a good pet is that they are really cool looking. I really enjoy them, and I think they look like Godzilla, in my opinion. And if you like them looking like Godzilla, then that's one thing that makes them good. Now, on top of that, they are readily available, and they are in different colors, crazy different colors, red, blue, green, whatever it is. Green, yeah. And because of that, if you want a red one, you can just go buy a red one. You want a yellow one, go buy a yellow one. So if you like the way they look and you want a color, one thing that's good about them is they'll have that color and they will look amazing. Now, the second thing that makes them good is that they eat plants, which I once again said it's a little bit expensive, but that's only if it adds up with the lettuce. But in general, it's pretty easy to feed them plants because they're such a big lizard. If they were a meat eater, you just have to feed them like rabbits or something ridiculously huge, feed them mice a day, and that can be way more expensive. And it can also be a hassle if you're not really into reptiles or just really out of your way to do that. And then finally, the third thing that makes them great pets, and this is going to be the last thing of the 7 things that good and bad about them, and that is that if you work with them, they can become really rewarding pets. I mean, I've been working with them for a year, a little bit more than a year, and I mean, I know I'm wearing a glove right now, but that's just because I'm holding him with my left hand. But he is pretty friendly. I have been working with him, and I really do think currently, he's a great pet. Of course, it's currently because, you know, he's so small. And of course, maybe once he's bigger, I might be singing a different tune. But really, if you work with them, they can become excellent, rewarding, show you affection, and it can be the lizard that you need. But because of these 7 reasons, or the 4 reasons that make them good, and then the 3 that make them, the 4 that make them bad, and the 3 that make them good, it makes it difficult to know if you want to buy one. And so, in general, I would definitely not recommend iguanas for beginners, or just in general, they make pretty bad pets. But if you have the commitment, the time, and the energy, I definitely suggest it. Go right ahead. And so that's going to be it for my video. Thank you so much. Don't forget, once again, I'm going to say it as always, please subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And I will see you on the next one.